Breaking news for UK benefit recipients. Are you one of the millions who could be exempt from switching to universal credit this year? The government doesn't want you to know this, but some people can legally avoid this massive change. Would staying on your legacy benefit save you up to £45 per month? Is the DWP sending you unnecessary migration notices? Stay tuned for the critical information that could protect your financial stability in 2025. Like this video and hit subscribe right now to stay updated with all the essential DWP news that directly affects your wallet. Turn on notifications to never miss our breaking updates on benefits, pensions, and universal credit changes. This channel is your lifeline to navigating the complex world of UK benefits in 2025. Where we bring you the most crucial updates on pensions, benefits, and everything related to your financial well-being. I'm your host, and today's video contains vital information that could impact millions across the UK in 2025. This is possibly the most important video I've made all year, so please watch until the end. Your financial future could depend on it. The UK government's massive overhaul of the benefit system continues into 2025, with the Department for Work and Pensions actively transitioning claimants from legacy benefits to universal credit. This affects recipients of income support, job seekers allowance, and employment and support allowance. This is one of the biggest changes to the benefit system in decades, and it's happening right now whether you're prepared or not. But here's what many don't realize: not everyone is required to make this switch. Some of you watching right now could be completely exempt, and I'm going to reveal exactly who qualifies for these exemptions. Do you currently receive the severe disability premium as part of your legacy benefits? If so, I have excellent news. The DWP has confirmed that you will not need to transition to universal credit. This is a significant relief for hundreds of thousands of individuals across the UK who depend on this vital support. Are you one of these people who can breathe easier knowing you're protected from this change? Let me explain why this matters so much. The severe disability premium was designed to help those with the most significant disabilities cover the additional costs that come with their condition. Under universal credit, this support structure changes dramatically. By remaining exempt, you maintain the stability of your current support system without having to navigate the complexities of universal credit. Have you checked your benefit statements recently to confirm if you're receiving the severe disability premium? This small detail could make an enormous difference to your financial situation this year. Are you approaching state pension age? If you're within just 3 months of reaching state pension age when you receive your migration notice, you won't need to move to universal credit at all. Instead, you'll transition directly to pension credit if eligible. Isn't it reassuring to know you won't have to navigate a complex new benefit system as you approach retirement? Think about it: the last thing you need when preparing for this major life transition is additional paperwork and stress from changing benefit systems. For example, if you're turning 66 in June 2025 and receive a migration notice in April, you're protected from this transition entirely. Have you calculated exactly how close you are to your state pension age? This exemption provides a valuable simplification during what can already be a challenging period of adjustment. I've heard from viewers like Margaret in Leeds, who was relieved to discover she could avoid universal credit entirely as she approaches her retirement in just a few months. Do you live in supported accommodation or temporary housing arranged by your local authority? You also won't need to transition to universal credit for your housing benefits. Have you been worried about how this might affect your living situation? You can rest assured knowing you'll continue to receive housing benefit for the housing portion of your benefits. This is particularly important because the housing element of universal credit works quite differently from the current housing benefit system. For those in supported accommodation, the specialized housing needs you have are better served under the existing system. I've spoken with housing support workers who confirm this exemption provides crucial stability for their residents. Are you currently receiving help with housing costs? This exemption could be vital for maintaining your current living arrangements without disruption. Are you part of a couple where one person is over state pension age and the other is under? Special rules apply to these mixed-age couples, and in certain cases, you could be exempt from the transition process. Have you considered how these rules might apply to your specific situation? Let me share a real example. John and Mary from Birmingham reached out to me recently. John is 67, while Mary is only 62. They were concerned about how universal credit would affect their household income. After reviewing their situation, they discovered they qualified for an exemption based on their specific circumstances. The rules for mixed-age couples can be particularly complex, so it's worth seeking personalized advice if this applies to you. Have you spoken with a benefits advisor about your unique situation as a mixed-age couple? Doing so could save you significant stress and potentially protect your household income. Are you receiving income support because you're a carer? You may not need to make the switch either. Carers face enough financial pressures already, so the DWP has created exemptions to ensure you aren't negatively affected by this transition. Isn't it time someone recognized the vital work that carers do? This exemption acknowledges the incredible contribution carers make to our society. Many carers I've spoken with express concern about how benefit changes might impact their ability to provide care. This exemption helps ensure that the transition to universal credit doesn't create additional obstacles for those already performing such essential work. Do you provide regular care for someone with a disability or health condition? This exemption could be designed specifically to protect people in your situation. The stability of remaining on income support could be crucial for maintaining your caring responsibilities without additional administrative burdens. Have you received the enhanced disability premium as part of your employment and support allowance? You're also protected from universal credit migration if you're in the ESA support group or receiving certain premium payments. Does this apply to your current benefits package? This exemption is particularly significant because the enhanced disability premium provides crucial additional support for those with the most severe disabilities. Under universal credit, this specific premium doesn't exist in the same form. By remaining exempt, you maintain access to this vital financial support. I recently spoke with David from Manchester who was worried about losing this premium. Discovering his exemption provided tremendous peace of mind. Have you checked your ESA award notice to confirm if you're receiving the enhanced disability premium? This detail could make a substantial difference to your financial situation going forward. What should you do if you've received a migration notice but believe you shouldn't be part of the universal credit transition? Don't worry, you have the right to challenge that decision. The DWP has a specific process in place for this. Have you checked if you might qualify for an exemption? If so, you'll need to contact the DWP within 1 month of receiving your notice and provide any necessary supporting evidence. This 1-month window is absolutely critical. Mark it on your calendar immediately if you receive a migration notice. I've helped several viewers navigate this challenge process successfully. Remember to gather all relevant documentation that proves your exemption category. This might include benefit award letters, medical certificates, or statements from support workers. The DWP is obligated to review your case if you challenge within the time frame. Have you organized your benefit paperwork so you can quickly access it if needed? Being prepared could make all the difference in successfully challenging an incorrect migration notice. Let's talk about the financial implications. Some claimants may find that staying on their legacy benefits is actually better for them financially. For example, did you know someone receiving the severe disability premium could lose up to £45 a month if forced to switch to universal credit? Have you calculated how this migration might affect your monthly income? These financial differences can be substantial over time. £45 per month adds up to £540 per year, a significant sum for anyone on a fixed income. I've analyzed dozens of cases where claimants would be worse off under universal credit. The exemptions we're discussing today aren't just about administrative convenience, they are about protecting your financial stability. Would you benefit from staying on legacy benefits rather than switching to universal credit? This critical question deserves careful consideration with real calculations based on your specific circumstances. Now you might be wondering, if I'm exempt, can I still choose to move to universal credit? Yes, you can, if you believe universal credit would offer you better support. But here's the important question: are you aware this is a one-way decision? Once you move to universal credit, you cannot go back to your legacy benefits. Have you fully considered all aspects of this choice before making a potentially irreversible decision? This is where careful consideration becomes absolutely essential. I've spoken with benefits advisors who recommend doing a detailed better-off calculation before voluntarily switching. Some people do find universal credit provides higher payments, particularly if your circumstances have changed significantly since your legacy benefits were awarded. However, others discover too late that they've lost valuable premiums or allowances. Have you consulted with a welfare rights advisor about your specific situation? These professionals can provide personalized guidance about whether voluntary migration would benefit you. Let me share a few real stories from our viewers who've been affected by these exemptions. Susan from Wales discovered she was exempt due to her severe disability premium and avoided a potential decrease in her monthly income. James from Edinburgh was approaching pension age and was relieved to learn he could skip universal credit entirely. These exemptions aren't just policy details, they are making a real difference in people's lives across the UK. I've also heard from viewers who weren't aware of these exemptions and faced unnecessary stress and financial hardship. That's why I'm so passionate about sharing this information. Have you spoken with friends or family members who might be affected by these changes? Sharing this video could help them avoid similar difficulties. It's important to note that DWP policies are constantly evolving. In fact, just last month, the department announced some adjustments to the migration timeline that could affect when you receive your migration notice. Are you keeping up with these policy changes? Subscribing to this channel is one of the best ways to stay informed about the latest developments that could impact your benefits. The government has also recently indicated that additional exemption categories might be considered as the migration process continues through 2025. This is why staying informed is absolutely critical during this period of change. Have you set up alerts for DWP announcements? Being proactive about information gathering could help you identify new exemptions as they emerge. So what's your next step? First, check your current benefits and see if you're in one of the exempt categories we've discussed. Are you still uncertain about your situation? Don't panic. The DWP will contact you with any necessary updates. Keep your documentation up to date and remember there are organizations offering free advice during this process. I'm committed to bringing you the most up-to-date information on these changes as they continue to unfold throughout 2025. This channel will be here every step of the way to guide you through the complexities of the UK benefit system. Isn't your financial security worth staying informed about? Before you go, hit that like button right now if this information has been helpful. Share this video with anyone who might be affected by these changes. You could save someone from making a costly mistake with their benefits. And most importantly, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss any critical updates in 2025 that could protect your financial well-being. I'd love to hear your experiences with the universal credit migration in the comments below. Has this video helped you identify an exemption that applies to you? Your story could help others in similar situations. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video with more essential updates on pensions, benefits, and everything you need to know to secure your financial future in the UK.